Welcome to another top 10. I've been getting a lot of requests to do platforming games. After all, there are plenty of excellent platformers for the DS. So, sit back and relax as I count down my top 10 platform games for the Nintendo DS. Number 10. Henry Hatsworth in the Puzzling Adventure. This is a great game to start off my list. Henry Hatsworth has a unique blend of platforming and puzzle solving, and whilst I was skeptical at first of this unusual mix, I discovered it actually worked. You will need to get past the, you know what, I'll just show you. Still, it's well worth checking out if you are looking for something different. Number 9. Contra Fall. This game doesn't mess around. It's classic Contra on 2 screens. I'd say it's more for those who played and, more importantly, liked the original Contra games, but be sure to give them a playthrough if you're looking for a challenge. Just don't blame me if you end up snapping your DS in half. Number 8. N+. Talk about a game where the title tells you absolutely nothing about it. You play as a ninja who collects gold, crosses chasms, and traverses increasingly challenging mazes to activate switches to get to an all-important exit. Well, actually, N+ is a part of sorts of a 2005 freeware PC game just called N, and the N stands for Ninja. Well, thank God other franchises didn't do this. Hey, come round to my place, let's play some Spyro the Dragon. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say STD. I would say not to be put off by this game's simplistic look, as it's very addicting to play. Number 7. The legendary Starfy. If you've never heard of Starfy, I wouldn't blame you. Starfy has had his own successful series of handheld games in Japan, and the 5th is the first to be released in the West. Think of this game as like Super Mario's underwater levels, but better. I'd say it's more directed at kids, but there's a lot to dig into here for the more mature player. Number 6. Yoshis Island DS. Who doesn't love Yoshi? Thank God for his designer. Although, can you imagine how the meeting went when the designer was describing his ideas for him? After all, he is a dinosaur/horse hybrid with an extendable tongue, which can swallow enemies whole and, well, poop out eggs. But seriously, Yoshi's Island DS is a worthy successor to the Super Nintendo Classic, and well worth having in your collection. Number 5. Super Mario 64 DS. This is the only 3D game to make my list, and knowing that, what more need I say? This faithful remake of the 1996 N64 Classic has been updated with extra characters and polygons. Sheesh, look at Bowser. He looks like he belongs on a poster for neglected canines. This was one of the DS's launch titles, so you should be able to pick it up fairly cheap now. It's still the best 3D platformer on the DS. Number 4. Sonic Rush. All rejoice! A recent Sonic game that doesn't suck. This was one of those 2.5D games. Already that sounds like an improvement. The game works great on 2 screens. It's fast, fun, and more importantly, how Sonic should be played. It's the best Sonic game for the current generation of consoles. Number 3. Kirby Canvas Curse. All I can say about this game is I'm glad they changed its Japanese name. Tachi Kirby translates to Touch Kirby. Oh my god! Kirby's been violated! Could you point out where he touched you on this pink golf ball? Anyway, this game was made for the DS. The touchscreen controls are perfect, and it really makes the game a lot of fun to play. Number 2. Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. This is kind of hard. Is it a platformer, an RPG, an action game? Well, I'll be honest, I completely forgot to mention the Castlevania games in my top 10 RPG video, so I guess I'm making up for it here. Now, I love all three DS iterations, but my personal favourite is Order of Ecclesia. I love the art style, and the difficulty made it feel more classic Castlevania. It was the very first DS game I ever played, and it's still one of my favourites. I especially like how truly epic the introductory voice sounded.
Returning to life time and again since the ancient Middle Ages, the evil Lord Dracula has driven people to terror.
Now, isn't that the coolest voice you've ever heard? And my number one DS platformer, I'm probably sure you've already guessed this, New Super Mario Bros. Yeah, sure, the game is all about the princess getting kidnapped again, and Bowser forgetting to remove that conspicuously handy bridge collapse button he just so happens to keep right next to the lava bridge. But it's f***ing Mario, the king of jumping things. I meant to say jumping on things. Hiya party all the night long. Shut up, Mario! Has Mario ever made a bad platforming game? This was one of those titles anyone can see in the video game store and think, yeah, I need to own that game. If you own a DS and have not played this game, all I can ask is why. It's classic platforming at its best, and that's why New Super Mario Bros. Is my number one DS platformer.